and there's a fifth child. What's the fifth child? We say this numerous times in our liturgy, in Tanakh, in our prayers. One of the most famous parts, all of us, is Aleinu. What's the last verse we say of Aleinu? V'ne'emar v'haya Hashem l'melech al kol ha'aretz. Right, on that day, God will be king over the whole world. V'yom hahu yeh Hashem echad u'shmo echad. On that day, God will be one and His name will be one. What do you mean on that day, God will be one and His name one? God's already one and His name one. What do you mean on that day? It means that when this happens, when the V'havesi really happens, when we're brought to Israel and the way it's supposed to be, with the temple, with the Messiah, with everything as it's supposed to be, that God's honor is going to permeate this world in such a way that no one can deny it. That no one can turn around and say that there's not one God controlling the world. And on that day, He will be one and His name one. Meaning the whole world will recognize His oneness and His greatness. It won't just be a fact that He's one and His name is one. It'll be the whole world will understand that His name is one and His existence is unique. That'll happen in the Messianic era. That'll happen when the Mashiach comes. That'll happen when the V'havesi finally happens. Let me ask you a question. When that happens, are there any questions? Are there any questions anymore? When God's existence is standing there in front of you, do you have questions? You don't have questions. That's the fifth child. There's no more questions at that point. When the V'havesi finally happens, the doubts are gone. The doubts that we have are gone. All those doubts that we have, the doubts that we have about our Yiddishkeit, about our Judaism, about our lives, when God's existence, we have to realize that we live in a God Anemic world right now. We live in a world where you have to really seek out God. You have to look for God. You have to work hard. Even when you work hard, you often don't feel God's existence. That's not how it's supposed to be. The ideal is living in a world where we feel God and understand God and see God every single second. And at that point, there's no more questions. His name's one, His existence is one, everything about Him is one, and there's no more questions at all. Because a lot of times we realize, my wife always gives the example that a worm inside an apple is blissful as could be. Right? Eating its little apple all the day, and it doesn't realize there's a whole world outside of that apple. That's us in this world. We don't realize that we are living in, like I said before, this God Anemic world, this world where spirituality is so hard to even get a taste of, get a glimpse of. But the goal is to work to this point where it is very, very clear and we can grab onto it and it's right in front of us.